Confronting, challenging in every way, like emotionally, physically, spiritually. I had no idea what I was actually coming into. I was just like, la la la, like, it'll be relaxing, it'll be a nice retreat. I'll get to contemplate and go a little bit like inner. And then day two, I was like, what is going on? Like, I'm physically so sore. These people look like they've been doing it for years. What is going on in my body? My mind was so, and I was like, I'm out. Like, I'm done. See you guys later. And I'm so glad I stayed. Not just, and again, like the rest of the days, they were equally challenging, equally confronting. Lots of little things triggered me in really big ways. And that was really hard, but it was also really nice to be able to work through that, stick it out. It was actually what happened after, like in my life. Again, in the most unexpected little ways. I don't know how, but I felt so motivated to stay so committed to the practice. Like, we were on a holiday in Gold Coast like 2 months after, and I was waking up at 5 a.m. trying to do my breath work and trying to do my standing practice while those two are sleeping. And lots of good things happen. So the last 2 years have kind of felt uneventful and boring, but by design. So this coming back like was no brainer. I need to go deeper. This is a new language. But when you can experience like the difference it makes, the connections that you can make, and how things and people, but also my own emotional experience started changing, it's so hard to describe in words. The inner calm, and not looking for too much, and actually being just okay with that is so comforting. I think the second retreat compared to the first retreat, it was a day and night contrast. And I think the thing I'm probably most grateful for were a couple of really profound, almost life-changing learning, but experiential moments for me. And one of them was when we were doing the inner child breath work. I always have Graham kind of telling me, trust your body, trust the process, be fully here, go all in. And I was like, okay. So I was all in. Every time we were in the hall, I'm like, I'm all in. I'm just going to trust it and we're going to go. And, a lot of the times it takes me, well, it's really hard, or I've always thought it's really hard. Like, I'm not like other people. It's going to take me a really long time to feel things in my body the way other people do. It's like, what do you mean you can feel physical sensations and you know what your body's doing? I don't understand. And I think maybe it was about 20 minutes, into that breath work. And then there was a very strong physical sensation. And then a second very strong, like it's so clear, it was almost like subtle, but then my body was telling me, no, I'm here and you're capable of this. And then the second thing was it was right away linked to a very specific memory. And that connection, after having done years and years of therapy, has actually never come up. But it just opened and it just made so much sense. But it also actually made not just sense in my psychological world and the work that I didn't get to, even after years of therapy. So it was very sense making from a psychological point of view, but actually it was also very sense making for this body work practice. Because it's like there's actually a connection where I feel blocked, where releasing is really hard, or where physically things also come up. So, this time I just feel so grateful to go, you know what, your body does have capacity for this work. And you just need to lean in, you just need to listen a little bit more. So that felt like a gift that I get to walk away with. And it genuinely feels life-changing in a physical sense, but also a really emotionally deep psychological sense. Incredibly practical. I think actually everything we did this week felt really practical. There's a practical connection to every single activity, every single person I got paired with, every single piece of feedback. There hasn't been a single activity that I've done where there isn't a small practical takeaway that I can integrate into my daily life. So, a few examples. Again, this is for somebody who really struggles to, who's always up here and really struggles to be in their body, or at least I think that. And I think this time it's been a bit of a turning point to go, no, I think you can be in your body. So, breathing. Where do I breathe? Here versus here. And then the feedback, and within 6 days, I've actually noticed a massive, massive shift in how I breathe, where I hold and where I keep my breath. That I think is going to be massively life-changing. So I do a lot of coaching, I do a lot of, conflict management and things like that. So it's like, oh my God, like the impact of that in my work, like in my parenting, like as a mum, and then being able to teach even Cleo and, just go, hey, where are you breathing? What's going on? When she's having a meltdown. So it's like, that's small, but again, life-changing, practical. There's a lot about the nervous system as well, in terms of, again, where do you hold attention? What is are you responding or are you reacting? And why? So, yes, of course, that's like your body. I guess it kind of felt like, I'm learning a lot about my psyche through my body. And that's really important, because then it's like, this is how I show up. So very, incredibly practical. I don't think we did anything that's not practical. There's a couple of cool experiences and a little aha moment, and you can glorify that and sit with that, or you can go, actually, no, there's lots of practical things. So it's what you take from it.